So I want to talk a little bit about headless e-commerce. Headless e-commerce is that big buzzword in the technology world in our space in e-commerce. So headless e-commerce or progressive web application, PWA e-commerce, for simplicity terms I would consider them kind of the same thing. And what it is essentially a platform agnostic front end that's kind of decoupled from the back end. And it all really started around these frameworks called, you may have heard of them, called Angular, React, or Vue JS are the three most popular ones. And it's actually been around for a little while now, but it's kind of newer in the e-commerce space relative to maybe the more like traditional tech applications. And what I think is super interesting about this headless e-commerce space is you're starting to see these platforms kind of build up around it. So now you have these things called Vue Storefront.io, which we're really excited about. We're actually working with them already. You have platforms like Molten and OrderCloud.io, or these new kind of next generation e-commerce technologies that are more built around headless. And then I think you also have platforms like Magento, Shopify, BigCommerce that are already kind of seeing that trend, and they're building their platform more in that direction to make it easier for headless. So I think you're going to really see a big shift towards headless in 2020. And the thing that I'm actually most excited about is the concept of platform agnostic. So with headless, you're building this kind of like front end that's separate from the back end. And I think that just opens up this endless possibility. And instead of, you may even realize that you might actually not even need an e-commerce platform. You could potentially just integrate directly into your ERP system for fulfillment, your PIM system for product data. Obviously, most people, I think, are still going to be working directly with their e-commerce platform, but you could also integrate directly into the CMS for certain types of content. If you want to just use WordPress for the blog section, you could do that, and then use e-commerce or an e-commerce platform for other aspects of your site. So this whole concept of kind of platform agnostic, I think, is very interesting and will really grow a lot in 2020.